Is De Beers dying? I'm Colin David Ferguson. I am the Global Diamond Broker. This is my lovely sidekick. Not so lovely, really, in real life. She seems lovely. Oh, can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
GIA Judy. And we're here today in the midst, I think, of one of the deepest changes in the industry. We've been kind of talking about this for 2 years.
What are you looking at?
Is De Beers dying? And, I was just thinking about the fact that you're 30 what?
What? I'm 26.
Oh, 26, right. And what you know about De Beers, because people who are a little bit older than you, me, know a lot about
little
De Beers,
is an understatement.
The legendary, iconic monopoly.
That started it all.
And, for those of you who don't know what's going on, De Beers is on the auction block. The diamond industry, you've heard us talk about the effects of lab-grown diamonds on the diamond industry globally and the growth of this marketplace and what's going on. And now the legendary, iconic... By the way, people think I talk too much on here. They want to hear more.
Who says that?
I get that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they like you more than
Do you
me,
agree?
See, it seems to me like you never shut up. So maybe it's just off camera that we're...
Yeah, I think as soon as the camera starts
Because
going.
you're so nice on here. Like if they knew the real you. But this is it's a bit of a serious matter. And when I talked about it this morning, I thought about the effect of De Beers in my life. I've been doing this for 41 years, and how the company was really the custodian of the industry. What are you looking so smug about?
Nothing.
What are you looking so
When
smug
you
about?
said, "Oh, I've been in the business for 41 years," I was waiting for though I don't look it. I thought
You don't think I look it?
No, that's what you think.
But it's probably the biggest change in the industry over and above laboratory created diamonds, which I believe is one of the reasons that De Beers could be dying. But here's one thing I can promise you all for sure, is the fact that if it's not dying, it's going to change a great deal.
I see it dying. I'm just going to call it for what it is.
Yeah, it's just
There's
not
no
going to
reason
be the
for it.
same industry anymore. It's not going to be the same business anymore. For those of you who don't know who De Beers is, who's more Judy's age than my age, De Beers is the legendary, iconic diamond company that started it all in the diamond fields in South Africa way back in the late 1800s. In fact, we could do the math. If there's math that needs to be done,
I was
I'll
like,
do it. Okay, yeah, I'll do
too
the
early
math.
for this.
Okay.
I haven't had coffee yet.
It doesn't matter what time of day with
Okay.
you and Matt.
But they're really the company that started the diamond engagement ring business.
Right. Which is, by the way, the majority of the jewelry diamond industry. We've talked about the fact that out of the mines, the 85% is for industrial purposes. But
They're also the ones that adopted this whole thing of 2 months salary.
right.
That's how much you need to spend on your diamond engagement ring to make your wife happy.
Well, this company was a monopoly. And they monopolized the business up until very recently when they paid a fine to go back into the U.S. I can remember because the U.S., it was, what's the laws called again?
Antitrust. Why do you never remember this?
I do. I just want to get you talking.
Oh, okay.
So this is how because I know you remember everything, especially if it's something you can hold against me.
True that. True that.
Right? If you can hold it against me, you just hang on to it.
I will, baby.
I don't think they call it remembering things. I think they call it evidence. Okay. But, I can remember in 1993, if you go on our Instagram, you can see where I attended a conference. I was an invitee, and it's a very, very prestigious invite to get, was for the Gemological Institute of America and De Beers. They were meeting to discuss the diamond grading system of the four seas.
Is this where they met on the island?
That's right. They met on an island off of Canada because De Beers employees would not even fly over the United States because if the plane had to land for emergency purposes, they would be arrested. Jinx. And so that's that. I met with them in 1993, and what they were up to at the time was what De Beers got up to at the time, and they were changing the grading system
For clarity, right?
for clarity. Yes, for clarity. Well, they changed the grading system for clarity, but it was to be able to sell. And forgive my French, and I'm not your typical articulate diamond guy who wants to swoon you. Are you leaving me alone out here on this?
That's all you, boo.
You're just leaving me here?
That's all you.
But what they wanted to do was change the clarity grade to sell shittier diamonds easier is the only way to say it.
So it would be like SI was changed to VS.
That's exactly right. And so
what normally would be an SI diamond, they changed to VS and then put all the clarity inclusions in the comments.
And then they added comments as well to take everything out of clarity, because when diamonds are grown in the ground, it's not like creating them in a laboratory where it's this, you can control everything
calculated.
In the laboratory. There's a lot of crap going on near the center of the earth, and these things would get caught in the diamond, and the diamonds would be brittle, and they would have cracks and chips and everything else. And when they cut them, things like that would get caught are like clouds and
indented naturals.
Which
pinpoints.
Used to be in clarity. These are eye-visible inclusions, and so putting them into comments, they could call the stone even a VS, and it could have all this crap going on in it. And let me just say how the clarity scale works, okay? We've all heard of flawless diamonds. That's at one end. Then there's internally flawless. There's VVS.
Were you hearing all the rap songs?
All the what?
Rap songs.
Is there rap songs talking about clarity?
Yeah. Don't ask me which ones, but
okay. Well,
they talk about VVS.
Beers. I don't know the rap songs you're referring to, but VVS is very, very small inclusions. VS, next down the scale, VS1, VS2 are very small inclusions. SI were small inclusions. Then there was I, which was imperfect, and now the GIA, because the GIA has to be in bed with De Beers to approve these changes. I still say if your certificate's not GIA, no way, don't buy the diamond. But what happened was they changed the grading. And so SI used to be a grade where you could not see anything with your naked eye. And I can remember sitting in the meeting with these guys it was Vancouver Island off of Canada at the beautiful, what's it called? The Empress Hotel, the Fairmont Empress, in a room where they talked about the fact that now they were going to do it at arm's length. So if you could see an inclusion at arm's length, that was imperfect.
It's like, as a woman, am I only going to look at my diamond engagement ring from this length?
That's right.
Right? From this
distance? That's not what women do when they get their rings for at least the first month. That's it. Up, down, all around. The last thing she wants to see is a mark in her engagement ring. But this is how they changed it. And they changed it for profits. Anyway, what's happened now is we fast forward, and I've been here through this whole ride. So I was literally sitting in that meeting. You can go on the Instagram and see where they gave me a certificate for the Diamond Rules seminars. And I came out of there bewildered. And at the time, I didn't really understand the full impact of what they were doing, right? It seemed all reasonable to me, although I objected to it at the time. Did you
object in the meeting?
I objected in the meeting.
Were you I'm assuming there were other people.
There were other people.
Well, obviously.
Not
we're
everybody
present.
objected. But that's my industry. Most people don't know or understand really what's going on in the industry. Right? And really what the nuances of these things. Anyway, so if you buy an SI diamond today, it can be imperfect according to the original grading system. And I mean, this grading system was developed in 1939, but this is De Beers. This is a monopoly in operation. They can do whatever they want. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year corporation. And so if we want to increase our profits, because remember, what comes out of the ground ain't all perfect diamonds. Most of them are anything but perfect. And so if they can create a marketplace, they can sell more diamonds. And this is one of the problems De Beers has run into today, and why the value of the company has dropped from 11 billion down to the 7 billion mark in a few short years, is because people are going for laboratory grown diamonds and they have no way to combat this. Like, they have no way to compete anymore from a financial perspective.
So then it's quite evident what's going to happen with the industry, the mine diamond industry.
It's going to change. It's changing. And De Beers, you guys, I don't know if you remember back in the 90s, the Shadows campaign of commercials. Google this campaign. That campaign was one of the most effective campaigns, marketing campaigns in the world. It's all about love and diamonds. It's extraordinary.
They're pretty good campaigns.
You know what? When we start this podcast, you should start it with that music.
Is that what you want?
I would love that,
Okay,
actually.
sure. Whatever
By
you
the way,
want, Colin.
Duty?
Whatever you want, Colin.
Duty. By the way, Duty, can we call you Duty from now on?
No.
No. Can I call you?
Okay, let's move along.
Okay.
Yeah, those campaigns were highly effective. They really tug at the heartstrings.
I get emotional just thinking about it right now, and they were so beautiful. Do you think I have issues?
Yeah.
Right?
Multiple.
Like more issues than a newspaper, I feel.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, no, I would never say more issues than a teenage hooker. Is that what you thought I was going to say? I think I've already said that, haven't I?
I might have deleted it.
Oh, really?
I
You
might
left
have
that
cut
one
it out,
Well,
yeah.
you have final say, so do whatever.
Of course I do.
But this is what's going on in the world today. And so the reason we talk about this today is for you to understand what's going on. You know, I had someone on our Instagram. I pause only because my responses on Instagram are kind of
so
mean,
good.
and we have
Sometimes
someone
you
we're
attack
working
the
with
wrong
right now who
person.
does research, who's gone on and looked at my responses, and they think I'm a little bit less than customer friendly.
Yeah, we've definitely gotten that feedback from other people before.
Right? Like, but the facts are the facts, and I get tired of it. Right? And so, but yeah, so the feedback I give may not be as warm and fuzzy as you want, but it's the facts. And, you know, one of the reasons I came back to social media at all, I had never anticipated we would have thousands of followers and be growing like we are on social media. So I can't be doing everything wrong, but is we wanted people to know the facts. Look, the fact is De Beers, the mining diamond company, is under duress, to say the least. It's changing, and I read an excellent article this morning. You know how I wake up and read articles.
Yeah, because you don't have a life.
I don't have a life, and I'm an early riser. It was about the fact that De Beers, as a company, manipulated the value of diamonds. Okay, so this when you saw that, and this has not gone on for a number of years, that diamonds would go up in price every year, people would think, oh, this is such a great financial investment. It has never been one.
It never will be one.
Been a good financial investment. Pardon me?
I said it never will be one.
It never will be. But wait. So what's happening now, along with the the demise of De Beers, and I don't know. Look, these are multi-billion-dollar corporations. I mean, De Beers knows what they're doing in the business. They were smart enough to get into the lab-grown diamond industry early. They were the first ones in. They're still the biggest supplier in the world of both. But De Beers may live through this. But here's the thing about it is how much the industry's changed forever. I mean, I know what I was going to say. So mines are closing. Mines are reaching maturity. Do you know they have not started a tier 1 mine since, or even found one, which to me means they're not looking.
Let me guess. Since 2000.
No.
1990? 1992.
Since 1992.
Holy shit.
And how I know this stuff is beyond me, but you can Google me and I'll be right.
What defines a top tier?
It's the volume that the mine can produce.
Enough for it to be...
So there's all these little mines around. You'll see them in the stock market as plays in the stock market, or we have been. They may go away. But here's what the article theorized, and to me this makes some sense. So for all of you who have disagreed with me about the value of these things, I was right. But in all fairness, and look, I like to provide the facts. What may happen here, and this will take generations, it's not going to happen overnight, but this has been a generational business, is the mines are closing.
And they're not opening. They're not opening. They're not opening.
Exactly. And they're certainly not opening any big ones. So, as the world's population grows and the mines close, and most of the mines now, you look at places like Russia or even here in northern Canada, the mines are reaching maturity. They're done. These mines have a life. It's around 40 years or something each mine. The Argyle diamond mine, one of the biggest in the world, contributing 10% of the world's diamonds. All of the 95% of the world's pink diamonds recently closed. It ain't opening, and it's because it's mined out. They've gone into the earth as far as they can dig down. These things come up through basically volcanoes to the surface, billions of years ago, and they sit in the ground and it's gone. So the mining industry itself is no longer necessary to supply 85% of their business, which is industrial diamonds.
So interesting.
Isn't it, right? And so if the mines close enough, and I mean, this isn't going to happen with, your half carat or your 1 carat or your 2 carat or your 3 carat engagement diamond. But, Sotheby's just had an auction and some bigger diamonds were in there, some 10 carats.
That's the article you were telling me about, yeah.
And so these diamonds, these big rare diamonds, that's why I was talking to you about that. There's, if you want something that's an heirloom in your family, look, I'll say this. If it's an engagement diamond, don't bother anymore trying to get it as a financial investment. Get beauty, because that's the new currency. That's my line, by the way. We need to post that right away so no one steals it. But that's the new currency
and for these,
in the diamond industry. And if you want something to give away, or to invest in, they've got to be big, they've got to be rare. And what else do they have to be if they're a white diamond? Decolor.
Colorless.
Because a fraction of the diamonds that come out of the ground are decolored.
Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are decolored.
And that's the total. But you take these bigger diamonds, they're rare.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what's kind of going on in the diamond world today. It's a deeply fractured business. De Beers is, at best going to evolve and change, and at worst, they're going to simply go away. And it's curious to me because I boldly make predictions, and I often, but how right I am about these things. And that's not the reason we're talking about this today, because when we started this dialogue, these couple of years ago about lab-grown diamonds, it's one of the things that we said that, again, is coming true. And so who knows where everything's going to end up, certainly in the industry right now. And I know we have a lot of jewelers and a lot of suppliers and a lot of miners who listen to our podcast and follow us.
Which we'll be rubbing shoulders with in 2 weeks.
Oh, in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Anyway, yeah. So that's what's going on in the diamond business today. I must be so much fun to listen to, eh?
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm talking about so much.
Do you see me just swooning over you?
You're not the only woman. That's why I got into the diamond business, right? Is I'm a very shallow human being.
We know.
To meet girls. It's why I was on the Heavenly Bodies aerobics demo team.
Don't talk to me. Talk to them.
Don't talk to you? Do you mean that like generally, or
that too?
Because you say that to me all the time, and it confuses me. Okay. Anyway, GIA Judy, what else?
Oh my God, I have a good one.
Okay.
I read an article about an up-and-coming company. The name of the company is Patoma Music, and they are now selling guitar picks that are encrusted with diamonds, natural diamonds, about 1 carat per diamond pick for, I don't know, it was like $17 per diamond pick. And
$17 per pick, and it's encrusted with 1 carat of diamonds. Boy, diamond prices have fallen.
I know, right? But let me finish, because on their site they were talking about the reason why they chose natural diamonds over any other material. The company states no material performs as well as real natural diamonds. And in my head, I'm like, well, in fact, laboratory created diamonds do just that. And so I took it to Instagram. I went onto their Instagram business page and I commented, because I'm just so curious as to why they would market that natural diamonds perform the best out of any material.
Right.
Like, have you heard?
Did they get back to you?
Not yet.
I doubt they're going to. And
like,
here's the thing.
Are you sleeping under a rock, sir?
See, that's the bitter Judy that I know and love, okay?
Anyways,
that's how I get spoken to.
I just thought that was really interesting.
I find it fascinating. I haven't heard about this story, and she likes to bombshell me all the time. But here's the problem for that pick company.
Tell me.
If they're using all those small, tiny...
They're microscopic.
Half of them are lab grown anyway.
Right? That's what I was
like, this
say.
is what they don't know. And they're identical. I'm sure it's just a marketing scam. We'll update you next week if they actually get back to her. When did you message them?
15 hours ago.
They're going to hate you. We could get hate
No. I followed it with...
We could get hate picked.
I followed it with... I think it's neat what you guys are doing. Just an honest question.
I think they may pick on you. I hope they don't pick on me.
Okay.
I have you to pick on me. Do you like this green on me, by the way? I think this is one of my best colors.
That's all right.
Right? Okay. Whatever. Anyway, you guys, there you are. So, our goal with the podcast is to entertain a little bit, because I'm so adorable. But to educate. And so, you people who are more my age, you know who De Beers was. A 136-year-old company. Monopolized the business. Do you know they would run the ads for the entire world? The ads in the entire world were all from De Beers, because they controlled every diamond that's sold. So they created all this myths and all these myths and misinformation about them being a good financial investment. And boy, did they do a good job. And I'll say one thing. Like our diamonds...
We're transparent.
Right? You knew what I was going to say. That's so cute. We're transparent. And... transparency, information is killing De Beers. When we sit here, we're just a small, fly in the De Beers ointment. And not that we're not, impressed with what they did and how they did it. And this is a 136-year-old company started by Cecil Rhodes. Most amazing business. But the truth is out there. X-Files. Okay, so these are the Global Diamond Broker Hard Truth X-Files Diamond podcast.
You can see me doing that.
They can see you doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, so I have to we're done?
I mean, hopefully
We're done.
soon.
We have one more episode here, and then we're in Las Vegas for
Yes, we
episode
are.
100. So this is 98?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the math. Comedians call that a tie back. Thanks, everybody. You got questions. We've got answers. You're a little quiet again today. You've been doing a lot
How?
of this. Is it because you gave like 5 vials of blood this morning?
Yeah, I'm a little bit faint
Did
today.
that hurt?
Okay, anyways, bye guys. See you next week.